Is there such a thing as being too alpha? Now, if we are defining alpha as being a man who is on your path and purpose, being a man who is grinding, who is out there pounding the pavement, who is getting things done in life, okay? Who is adding value to the world, who has a healthy diet, who has a healthy lifestyle, who has great habits, okay? If we're defining that as alpha, then absolutely not. There is no such thing as being too alpha, assuming that is how we are defining alpha. However, some guys tend to define alpha as intimidating other guys, right? A-mogging other guys, picking on other guys, bullying other guys, right? Being a dickhead, being a douchebag. Some guys will try to define that as alpha, and that's not alpha, because when you are doing those things and you're just like a-mogging other guys and, you know, doing like low vibrational, petty little shit like that, that's not alpha. That's low value. That's just being low value. So in that sense, if you're defining that as alpha, then yes, that's a bad thing, right? Because to me, those traits aren't even alpha. Those traits are beta. Right? If you're so intimidated by another guy that you're jealous and you need to seek revenge on him, or you need to take shots at him, and instead of lifting him up, you rather try to bring him down because you're so threatened by him, because that's what's behind trying to bring another guy down, is jealousy. It's always boils back to jealousy, right? Every single hater I've ever had, online or offline, it always boils back to jealousy, trying to take you down a notch, right? It's the same in your life. I guarantee it. Anybody who's been jealous of you, hated on you, doesn't like you for whatever reason, it always boils back to jealousy. And they're a pathetic attempt to try to bring you down in life, to try to take you down a notch so you don't get too far ahead of them. So you stop running up the score on them, right? And for guys who define that as alpha, well, let me say this, they're completely incorrect, because that's not the definition of alpha, okay? It's not the definition of alpha. I gave you the definition in the first minute of this video. That is what alpha actually is, right? And even as far as that, a lot of guys talk about like physically, oh, that guy looks alpha. The guy with the six-pack abs, the guy who's like 6'5" and jacked, he's alpha. It's like, dude, you know how many guys look like that are still beta, right? So it's not even just about physical appearance. More importantly, it's about your internal, like what's going on inside, your inner game, how you handle yourself, right? Especially in social situations, right? If somebody tries to mess with you, somebody tries to a-mog you, are you non-reactive? Are you icy to it? Or do you react? Do you mean mug other guys? Do you try to bring other guys down, or do you try to lift them up, right? Are you operating in a high vibrational frequency, or are you operating in a low vibrational frequency where you're constantly getting pulled in to petty shit, right? Whether it be gossip, whether it be somebody like flicking you off on, you know, road raging with you, and then you like jump into it and you start road raging back and like brake checking the dude and stuff like that, cut him off. Are you operating out of that low vibrational state thinking you're being alpha? Because you're not. That's beta. And so is the other guy who's engaging in it with you. He's beta too. So make no mistake about it. But getting back to the original question, is there such a thing as being too alpha? When it comes to the wrong definition that we just talked about of being an alpha male, yes, there's definitely such a thing as being too alpha. But again, that is not the definition of alpha. Okay, the definition of alpha is what we just talked about in the very beginning of this coaching video, which is being on your grind, being on your path and purpose, adding value to the world, feeling strong, not only physically, okay, not only on the external, but more importantly, internally. And I did a coaching video on this as well. That is, it is more important, way more important, to feel strong than to actually be strong. Because there are a number of guys out there who look strong, right? They could play the part. Again, if this were a movie and we're casting alpha males, they look like the prototypical alpha male, jacked, tall, good looking, right? But inside, internally, there's a lot of things that they're missing, right? Might be self-confidence, might have low self-esteem. Maybe they just have some insecurities that they've never fixed, and they just don't feel good about themselves. They just don't feel like they are enough. And this is something I teach my pickup students, is being able to walk up to a girl and feeling that you are enough. The problem is 99.9% of guys without pickup or game training will walk up to girls, especially if she's attractive. And she doesn't have to be a dime piece, but she could just be like one notch higher than what he's used to getting. So say this guy's used to getting 6s or 7s, say she's an 8. All of a sudden, he loses his ability to act normal. He begins qualifying himself to her because he doesn't feel entitled to her. He starts to feel that lack. And because of the law of state transference, what he feels, she feels. She feels that because he feels lack, she will feel that lack. And this is why the guy could even be good looking and still approach like that, and the girl will be turned off. I've seen it over and over in Hollywood. Seen a lot of guys, literally these guys could be male models, or they probably were male models, who knows, right? They look like male models, and then they like try to start a conversation with a girl, and you could see that lack. They're lacking something, right? Whether they're feeling insecure about something about themselves, or they're lacking that self-esteem, they just don't feel that they are enough for the girl. Right? Because she might be a notch higher than what they're used to. They don't feel they're enough. And even if they look like they could play that part that they're enough, because they don't feel it, they project that. Right? This is why I say it's more important to feel strong than to actually be strong. In a perfect world, you want the combination of both. You want to look strong and be strong. This is why I try to work on both. Right? I try to keep my health and fitness at the highest level I can. For you guys who follow me on Instagram at MattCrossOfficial, I'm constantly walking around like Southern California. It's always 100 degrees, so sometimes I have my shirt off. Sometimes I'm just wearing like a cutoff because it's so hot, right? But physically, I mean, I'm pretty fit. You know, I used to play professional sports, and I used to be a trainer, so I mean a personal trainer, so I know how to take care of my body. But for me, it's more important for me to feel strong inside than it is to have lots of muscles. It's more important for me to feel good about myself and feel that I am enough and that I am not lacking in order to feel like an alpha male, in order to feel like I am a complete person. And obviously I can't call myself an alpha male. That's for others to decide. I feel that I'm a complete person, and for me that's good enough, right? I feel good in my own body. And you'll be surprised how many guys just don't feel good in their own body, right? A lot of guys out there, even the guys you think they've got, you know, they're like really good looking and they could get any girl they want, because they don't feel good in their own body, they can't get any girl they want. This is why I'm so against the LMS stuff, because it's like these guys clearly don't go out enough, especially in Hollywood. I see a lot of these guys get like rejected. I mean, these guys are phenomenal looking, no homo. These guys are like, should be on a soap opera or something. They're like that good looking. I see them get rejected by girls who are like 7s. 7, rejecting a guy who looks like a 10. Rejecting him because he's walking up to her and he's lacking. He has lack. Okay? He has lack. So when it comes back to our original question of this coaching video, is there such a thing as being too alpha? When we define it the way we defined it at the beginning of this coaching video, which are all those high value alpha traits I talked about, no, absolutely no such thing as being too alpha. As a matter of fact, most guys, when we define alpha like we talked about, most guys are not alpha enough. Okay? Most guys are not alpha enough. Most guys are letting themselves sink into that beta, right? That beta, like low vibrational frequency, where they're getting pulled in by others who are operating on a low vibrational frequency. I hate to say it, most guys are. Okay, most guys out there are operating on a low vibrational frequency, including my haters, including guys who do like response videos about me. Like, they're operating on a low vibrational frequency, and their whole shtick is to try to pull you in too. Like, they're trying to pull me in. Like, oh, if I do more, maybe he'll respond. No, because I don't operate on low vibrational frequency. I operate on a high vibrational frequency. I don't operate on low vibrational petty bullshit. Okay, I don't, right? Not because I'm afraid, it's just not part of my energy. Okay, it's not part of my energy. It's the same reason why I wouldn't let somebody who's toxic, like a toxic, like energy vampire, male or female, into my life. I don't want somebody sucking the energy out of me or sucking time away from me that will be wasted. Same thing when I'm like in, like driving around traffic. Even if my cortisol levels shoot up every once in a while because I'm working too much, or maybe I haven't had enough sleep, maybe I haven't eaten that day and my cortisol levels are going up, and somebody does something stupid in traffic that I feel like, oh, I need to react to this, you know, and then that person might even like try to give me the finger or something, right? And it makes you want to react. Those are the times where I practice stillness and I practice calmness, right? And I remind myself how great my life is, you know, because really, I mean, I have such a blessed life now. I've worked for it, worked my ass off for it. And this is why I don't let people who are operating in a low vibrational state or low vibrational frequency pull me down to theirs. Okay, it's like the crabs in the bucket. Crabs trying to pull you back in the bucket. It's like, no, I've been there. I don't need it. You know, I don't need it. You know? And half of these guys, like, too, I mean, if they were, like, in traffic, for example, if they were to get out of their car, like the haters online, if we were to meet in real life, I don't think they would have the balls to do it. Yeah, a lot of these guys would get their ass kicked if I really wanted to. I did martial arts, like, my entire life, by the way, and, you know, I had got my black belt like decades ago, and I've won several tournaments, karate tournaments, and I used to spar all the time, and I've fought some of the best fighters in the world. So if I really wanted to, people could get their asses kicked if I really wanted to do that. When you're operating on a higher vibrational frequency, you don't get pulled down into that petty shit. Okay, you just don't. And when we talk about, is there such a thing as being too alpha? No, there isn't. Okay, again, most of you guys, most people out there, not alpha enough. You're not on your grind enough. You're not on your path and purpose enough. You're letting yourself get distracted by stupid bullshit, whether it be online, offline, a lot of social justice warrior stuff, a lot of people virtue signaling, trying to pull other people down into it, and anybody who doesn't engage in it, they try to shame you. I mean, pretty much what's always going on out there. It's like big soap opera, right? It's like drama. The thing I hate is when people manufacture drama. Especially when guys do it. It's really, really pathetic when I see a guy manufacture drama to get attention. You're acting no different than a female. You're acting no different than a woman, right? And no offense to women, but you're really acting no different because you're caught in your feminine frame. That's what I should say. That's probably the better term, is you're caught in your femininity and you're not operating out of your masculinity. And this goes beyond being on a high vibrational, operating in a high vibrational frequency. So, is there such a thing as being too alpha? Not when we define it the way we do on this channel. Okay? Not when we define it that way. So, with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and share my coaching videos with other like-minded friends of yours so we can really grow our tribe, really grow this movement, and get more guys involved in it and really empower more guys, okay? Because everyone's empowering women out there, but we don't have enough guys empowering other guys. So let's help each other out. Let's get rid of all the riffraff out there, all the drama. Let's operate on a high vibrational frequency, not a low vibrational petty frequency. Let's be high value men. Subscribe to my channel. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this incredible content, red pill, gold pill, platinum pill content even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium member of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube to protect my premium content from YouTube, right? It's only $1 for the entire first month of premium content from me. This is the absolute best way to support my work and show me that you love me, you appreciate me, and you appreciate all the free content I'm giving away. So it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium Alpha Male content. All you need to do to sign up is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. As I sign out from the top of my hotel room here, I'm actually on the top floor. I like to get the top floor as much as possible, and then they generally give you a pretty good deal on it. But looking at the entire city here from the top of my casino hotel room. Until next time.